everyone, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my September wrap-up. In the month of September, I finished 6 books, which I'm really happy about because I did get into a bit of a reading funk. So let's just go ahead and get started with this video. The first book I finished this month is Ghosted in LA Volume 2. We again follow a girl named Daphne, and in the first volume she basically stumbled upon this house that is haunted by a bunch of ghosts, some from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, like it just goes on and on. And because in the first volume she broke up with her boyfriend, she doesn't get along with her new roommate at this college that she goes to, she ends up staying at this house that's full of them. So now in the second volume she's still with them, but now the head of the ghost, she's like the matriarch of the ghost, has her running these errands, and one of the ghosts wants to move on. She doesn't want to be a ghost anymore. She's just really tired of it. She wants to find peace. So in order for them to become a to find peace, the head matriarch basically has to take control of Daphne's body in order to try to pass on, and Daphne allows that because she knows she wants happiness for the ghost, but something goes wrong. The ghost who wants to move on doesn't move on. She doesn't find peace, and she's stuck as a ghost. I really did enjoy this. They're like really cool. I wish we get more like backstories on how they become ghosts more and more, and how they get their powers. I believe I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The second book I finished is Ravage the Dark by Tara Sim, the second book to Scavenge the Star series. In the first book, we follow Amaya and Kayo. Amaya was sold to a debtor shift when she was 7 years old, and in the first book, she finally got away from the debtor shift at like 17. She finds out both her parents are dead, or in the second book, so she believes, and so she teams up with the person who set her free in order to try to find out who sold her and why, and who killed her parents. Enters Kayo, the son of a famous merchant on the island that Amaya is from, and basically Amaya in the first book has to take on Kayo. In the second book, they're now dealing with the consequences of Amaya becoming Countess Yamaya, and what has happened with the fake counterfeit coins, how it's spreading basically a plague through all 3 islands and all of the empires. Amaya does find out some interesting stuff, how her father is not actually dead. Her father is alive and was the one who gave her the counterfeit coins. I enjoyed this book so much. I believe I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I took away half a star because I didn't like how in the end we didn't see them do anything. Like, we didn't see them spread the news that, you know, there's a cure for this or anything. They basically were just stuck on a ship, which with all the action that we got in the first book, I don't think that's something they would do. I really did still enjoy this, and again, 4 to 5 stars. I then read Fence Volume 4 Rivals by C.S. Picot, Joanna the Mad, and Joanna Lafuente. This follows mainly Nicholas, who goes to this boarding school just to be on the fencing team. In the first couple of volumes, we find out he's actually the bastard son of a famous fencer, and he wants to be able to be just as good as his father so he can finally meet his father and be like, why have you never claimed me? And this one, they go against like their rival match that is always the reason they never win, and they never like at least place like the top 10 or whatever. I did enjoy this because Nicholas and Sanjay are enemies. They are roommates, but they don't get along. And in this one, Sanjay starts to help him, and it's just really amazing. It's so cute. I hope they give out more like volumes of this, but I did give this a 4 out of 5 stars. I then read The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson, the 4th book in the Truly Devious series, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely enjoy this. So in this one, we follow Stevie. It's the summer after she solves the Ellingham case, and she is working at a deli. She gets an email from someone who owns a camp in the woods, and they basically want to fly her and her friends out to come help solve the Box in the Wood case. Basically, in the late 1970s, 4 camp counselors go into the woods. They end up getting killed, and the murder was never solved. So Stevie does go, and she ends up bringing Janelle and Nate and David, and they become camp counselors at the camp where these 4 murders took place to try and solve. And I really enjoyed it because in the first half we got like flashbacks of the camp counselors who end up getting killed, and then the second half we end up meeting other characters like like other people who were related to the 4 camp counselors that got killed. I guessed who did it like 20 pages before Stevie did, because how she kept repeating the name and everything. And it was just such a shock that she was able to solve this so quick, like literally within like I think it was like 3 or 5 days. And she was so quick to solve a murder that's like 40 years old. Absolutely love this. Gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I then read House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig, and this is basically a spooky 12 Dancing Princess retelling. We follow our main character, Annalie, and she is now the second oldest of the 12 sisters. For 6 years, they have been mourning. First, their mother died 6 months after giving birth to their youngest sister, and then the oldest sister, the second oldest sister, died and now with the third sister, they believe she killed herself because of the grief with everything else. When we open, the fourth daughter now has died, Yulia. She was like pushed, or she fell off a cliff, and Annalie believes something's not right. Her father has already remarried. Her stepmother is now announcing to everyone that she's pregnant and she's going to have the heir and, you know, the son that the father has always dreamed of. They live on an island called the Thames, and they basically worship these gods, and their god is Pontus, the god of the sea. So when someone dies, they return them to the sea. And on this island, no matter the gender, whoever the eldest child is inherits. So when the stepmother finds out that, you know, her potential son will never gets to be a duke or whatever, she gets very upset. Annalie believes someone is after them, that they did something to anger somebody, and that is the reason why everyone is dying. They somehow find Pontus's entry into the mortal world, or so they think, and they end up going to these balls. That's where we get the 12 Dancing Princesses. But then when she meets Cassius, who is the son of basically the goddess of the night, she finds out they never found that someone made a deal basically with the devil, and now the devil has come back to get his whatever the deal was. And I just love this so much. I have a reading vlog for me reading this, and the box and was, I'll leave its link somewhere on the screen. But I just love this. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and I hope she releases more books that are retellings like this, because I honestly love this. And then lastly, I read, as everyone knows, I'm reading at least, or trying to read, 1 volume a month, and that is Fairy Tail Volume 7 by Hiro Mishima. And in this one, we find out that the reason they went after Lucy is because Lucy's father is basically this governor, and he enlisted their Fairy Tail Survivor Guild to come and bring her back. She ran away, and the guild, no matter what, is like, we're gonna protect her. She's one of our own. We don't care how much money they paid her. You're gonna have to kill us to get her. Honestly, enjoy this. 4 out of 5 stars. Can't wait for the next one. So those are all the books I read in the month of September. I'll be leaving her on the side of meets videos I feel you guys should go check out. I try to post twice a week, and hopefully I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye, guys.